Circuit forward. McLaughlin, dangerous around goal. This one's not going to get there. Big contest made by Ryan. Got a lot of tall targets inside 50. Do the Lions as this one's rushed over.
So when you go for it, doesn't look perfect, just get it in there. And in that occasion, their talls, obviously had the advantage in the air. The ball was knocked down, and the Mosquito fleet were there to pick it up and surge it forward.
Yeah, just give us a chance. That's what all the forwards say, isn't it? Robertson trying to bullock his way through. Lane now having a turn in the ruck. His kick taken by Milne. Well, Ewan McPherson, a brother of Darcy McPherson, who plays for the Gold Coast Suns. Minot goes to ground and made no attempt to get rid of it and might be penalised. So Kalen Lane, the former basketballer, feeds Lloyd. His first touch today. That's Daniel Lloyd. A couple out there for the line.
The ball is exceptional to watch, but if you're the Dolphin side here, you need to make sure you're not just manning grass. You've actually got to put a body on to stop the run.
So that's 4 straight goals for the Lions. Three of those coming in the last 5 minutes. The margin is 9 points in their favour. So we're back in the middle. Lane. Just a little kick forward. Nelson there to retrieve for Frankston. Feeds Quirk. He's able to get O'Leary, who wasn't the intended target, but it worked out. Key forward.
Yeah, straightens them up.
So he's a big loss for them, out through illness. Robertson, handball to no one in particular. Lloyd ended up taking it. And out of bounds might be a good result here for the Lions as Pryor's taken over. For the Lions, they made 5 changes. Jared Lyons, Darcy Fortin, Shadow Brain have all gone to Adelaide with the AFL side. Noah Answorth got the shoulder injury last week. He's going to miss. So they started with a surge, the Dolphins. The Lions have hit back with the next 5 goals. Looks like they'll win another clearance here through Sharp. Probably the good idea in the end. Craven, though, had it taken away from him, and the Dolphins able to rebound. Johnson's a long way up the ground. Jacobs is there too. This is Murphy laying the tackle. Tunstall. Kick doesn't find the target. Oh, I'm sure they'd be hoping so. Some of those development coaches aren't on the best of salaries, so any little bit helps, right?
Daniel Lloyd might be marching into the footy manager's office on Monday and just asking for his matchy.
Well, this is his 3rd game, so maybe some escalators as well for the number of games you play. I'm not too sure how that all works. As we throw it inside 50 for the Lions. Lane wins it down, but moment under immediate pressure. Almost threw it out. In fact, he did. He looks hurt too, Lloyd. He's going straight off the ground.
Is it a shoulder, do you think?
It looks that way. Robertson has already made his way to the next contest. Hacks it forward. Frankston have got numbers back.
And even the possession count at the moment, they're down 230 odd to up 200. So they're behind, but the more they keep the ball in play, the more opportunities they've had, and they've looked actually a lot better.
Another clearance for the Lions goes Tunstall's way. It's swooped accordingly.
And Devon Robinson up to 16 touches for the first half.
Quirk onto this loose ball. Milne, a centre clearance finally goes. They've got it back to an 11-point game. They're up to 6-5-41, 8-4-52, the Lions. They're taking it right up to this side that has 15 AFL listed players in it. Robinson, 17th touch for him. So that is the sort of game that they tend to favour, as you mentioned, Lockie, but I guess they're being dragged into a little bit of a track meet today in their setup at some of these stoppages.
Well, I reckon around the ground they're trying to get it a bit tighter. They're trying to bring the game in to be a tighter so it doesn't get out like this. Every time it gets out like this, Brisbane have been really top there. They've had nearly 400 possessions to Frankston's 330, so 70-odd more possessions, which has probably also showed the dominance of the last 15-20 minutes of football.
Tunstall was wrapped up by Quirk on that occasion.
But as you said, inside 50s, 36 to Brisbane, 33 to Frankston. So they're certainly getting the ball in and giving themselves enough.
Tunstall's up to 17, McPherson 16 for the Lions, Milne 20 for Frankston, and Murphy next up with 14 alongside Minot and Quirk. Speaking of, here is Quirk, but can't make anything happen on this occasion.
Yeah, I think Frankston need to start taking some risks now. We spoke about it a little bit earlier, but we're 23 minutes into the 3rd quarter. They're behind by 35 points on the Smithies scoreboard. Time to start taking some risks.
7 wins, 3 losses. The Lions coming into today. If they hang on and win this one and other results go their way, they'll be in the top 4 at the end of the weekend. But they currently sit in 7th. which would be good for a wild card spot. Frankston was in that top 4 earlier in the season.
We're into time on here, 26 and a half minutes gone the third quarter. And they hit the scoreboard quickly. It's an important player, and you may not touch the ball much, but you do a hell of a lot of work, and it can be very challenging for some of these young guys to come in and play those roles.
One of the best runners at the club has turned into a winger since being drafted by the Lions, where he can use that running capacity. Over the top, Coe with the hit out. Pryor ends up with it though, caught in 2.
4 clearance or stoppage wins in this second half for Frankston at this stage is all they've had.
It's been one of the big themes of this game.
It's got to be holding the ball, doesn't it? And I think
Crowd wasn't too happy with that.
one of the blokes below us also thinks the same.
And Coe's going to get another go at it here in the ruck against Lane. Did well. Did the West Australian ruck for Brisbane, and the Brisbane Lions win another.
On the Bullants at Preston.
They've been very difficult to beat at home, especially this season. The